Greetings and welcome to Sage 50 2017. As I indicated in the welcome video, we will be using 3 different computerized accounting software packages to process basic transactions. Because this is a summer course and we are limited to 10 weeks, I have rearranged the order in which we will use the software. We are starting with Sage 50 and will use the computerized accounting text. After we complete Sage 50 in about 4 weeks, we will spend the next 6 weeks learning QuickBooks Desktop and QuickBooks Online. So let's get started. The computerized accounting software that we're starting with is Sage 50 Accounting. I'm on our introduction page in Moodle, and I've included the URL for Sage here. Let's scroll down and take a look at that. It will take us right to the page on Sage Education Alliance. When you get here, I want you to scroll down this page until you get to the Student Edition. So here we are on the Sage Education Alliance program. And I'm going to scroll down and go past the Educators and Instructors and Students program area, down to where it says For Students, Sage 50 Accounting US Edition. Register for the Sage 50 Student Program. I want you to take a look and click on the Register Now for the Student Edition. You will see that they provide us some information about the program you're going to be using. They're going to ask you to fill in the activation codes or fill in the information to get the activation codes. Once you've registered, and please use your Helena College email address for your registration email, you'll receive an email that includes your registration codes so you can download and activate the software. We are using Sage 50 2017. Please make sure you download the correct version. Our text refers to the 2017 version. And in checking this URL, I noticed the web page refers to Sage 50 Accounting. But when you're given the option of downloading the software, please download the 2017 version if it is available. If it is not, use the 2018 version. In past semesters, some students have had difficulty with the software download. We have found that the education version is sensitive to the version of Microsoft operating system you are using. Let me know if you have any difficulties, as we will be moving through the book fairly quickly, and I don't want any of you to get behind. I'm going to take us back now to the course. This week we'll work through Chapter 1 of the Sage 50 text. This chapter provides a great overview and a lot of information about computerized accounting. You'll notice that the book contains 6 chapters. When we designed the course to include 3 computerized accounting software packages, we wanted to make sure that you were exposed to the same kind of information that we will be looking at when we use the Computer Accounting Essentials textbook for QuickBooks Desktop. So we've only included 6 chapters from the whole Sage 50 2017 textbook that was previously used for the semester course that was taught at the college. Our goal is to expose you to the software with some practical applications through the exercises. We start with Chapter 1, then we cover Chapters 9 and 10, finishing with Chapters 12, 13, and 14. Once you've downloaded the software, you'll start with Chapter 1. When you open the software, it will ask you what company you want to open. The text has us open up Bellwether Garden Supply. I had intended to have it opened for you when I began this video, but I'm having difficulty with my software. So I'm going to take us to a page where we can just take a look at the Sage 50 Accounting Software tutorial and just get a look at what that initial page looks like. I'm going to include the URL for these tutorials so that you can take a look at them instead of me providing you with a complete tutorial as I was hoping to do in this video. If you open your text to page 6 or page 10, chapter 1, and follow along, I just want to point out a few things. On the top left corner, we have the Sage 50 icon. It provides us with options that are similar to Microsoft, such as restore, move, close, etc. Across the top, we have the menu bar. There are 10 different menu items options, several of which have drop-down menus. You will find as we go through the chapter exercises that there is usually more than one way to accomplish a task, such as preparing a purchase order. You'll see that option in the Tasks drop-down menu. Above the menu bar, we have the title bar. This is where we will find which company we have open. In this case, Bellwether Garden Supply. On the very right side of the title bar, we have our usual Microsoft choices to minimize, have a double window, maximize, and close the window. Below the menu bar is the toolbar. There are options available to us here, but I think the one we need to pay attention to is the period. This is the period we will be using for our transactions. The default is to March 2017, and you will need to change that as you complete the exercises. I will warn you that the period for your transactions is not as evident in QuickBooks as it is here in Sage 50. Finally, let's look at the navigation bar down the left side of our screen. I've set it on Business Status. This gives us information about our business as a whole. Remember, Bellwether Garden Supply is the sample company that we're going to be looking at as we go through this book. As we scroll down the navigation pane, you can see customers and sales, vendors and purchases, inventory and services, employees and payroll, banking, and system. I'd like to be able to click on the customer and sales icon to show you the more detail about what is happening there, but as I indicated, my software is not working tonight, so we're going to just move on past that. If we look again at the navigation bar, we can see that we're going to be giving, as we click on these individual items, or as you click on them, you'll be getting more information and more detail about what's available in those. There's a workflow diagram that we can follow as we complete tasks in the accounting cycle, such as creating purchase orders or paying vendors. Again, each of these items on the navigation bar here on the left is going to bring up the different tasks and processes associated with that particular topic area. When you look at Sage 50, you're going to find, and most computerized accounting software, that there is more than one way to get the tasks completed that we want to accomplish. We can go to the maintenance bar again, where we've got customers and vendors across the top. And you can see the same information in the navigation bar. As we look at the menu bar across the top, we have tasks that we can complete using the drop-down menu. So suppose we want to create a purchase order. We can go ahead and create that purchase order either through the task icon in the menu bar or through the vendors and purchase icon on the navigation bar. I think perhaps the navigation bar is going to be the most important feature that we will be using as we complete the chapter exercises and the assignments as we learn Sage 50. If you would turn to page 8 with me, there are a few more things I'd like to show you before you get started with Sage 50. Although I can't show you that information now because my computer is locked up. There is within Sage 50, if we click on the various icons, an information window. This is like a help screen. The information window provides information about the active field, where your mouse is located. I find the information window very useful as I'm completing tasks in Sage 50. It provides insight on what I should be putting into the active field, or what Sage 50 expects me to put into the active field. So if I move to a different field, the information window will provide me with different information regarding that particular field. I hope that makes sense to you. We'll go back to general. It just gives us all that information in the information window, which is going to show up on the right side of your Sage 50 screen. And it's just basically a help tab that's available to us right away when we're looking at different tasks that we're trying to accomplish. I just wanted to make sure that you had an opportunity to see what it looked like and what you can expect when you complete your download of the software. Remember, we're starting Sage software this week. If you have any difficulties downloading the software, please send me an email and get in touch with me so that we can make sure that it works for you as you begin. This chapter is longer than the other chapters, and it will take a little bit of getting through. It really is just providing you a very thorough overview of the computerized software, as well as giving you some background information on the different types of Microsoft controls and tabs and information that we use when we're using Microsoft. Okay, that's really all I wanted to talk to you about in this video. Again, if you have questions about it, let me know this week. Check your syllabus for your assignments and due dates. There will be an online quiz each week, so be looking for that in Moodle. Thanks for your time. Please send me an email or contact me through Moodle if you have questions or issues. I will get back to you as soon as I can.